Guys, it's me again. So, I've already shown you how I've done cross stitch on an earring. Like, of course I done a dowel, but today I'm going to show you how I'm doing it on the earring itself. And then I'm also going to show you how I end the whole process. Now, this, I'm going to show you where I'm doing a transition from what I'm going to call the base, since that's the very first set of beads that go around the earring, and then the pop out, base, pop out, base. That way you get this cool little effect that we have going on here. Oh no! String is getting short, sorry. Alright, so as you can see, I've already gone through it a little bit, but if you watched the first video, you kind of catch on, okay? Now, let's see, I just got done with that color. By the way, these are luminescent neon rainbow colors that I got off of Etsy from Native Willows. They do pretty good on the shipping. I get it at least within the week. It's the mailing process that takes forever. And you can get them in a whole pack, like of the 10 colors, or you can just buy individual ones. I personally just find it easier to buy the bulk. And I also keep them in the order that they were in whenever I got them in the package. So right now we've got Plum Crazy, Hot Magenta, Wild Strawberry, Cotton Candy, Flamingo, Creamsicle, Sunglow, Limeade Mint Green, and then Ocean Blue. And in this, like, I do 1 through 10. I don't do the alphabet, so, I mean, I just find it easier for myself to just do it by numbers, because I've also got, I don't want to spill any, I got these labeled as numbers. That way I know what order they were in case if, on my bigger containers for these, if I need a refill of one of them, then I can be like, okay, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna get you started on how to get this cool little effect. Kind of looks like a snake going around it. I don't like snakes, but I do like some of their rainbow skin colors on them. Alright, so let's see. I had that color as my first. So that's 1, 2, 3. So now I need number 4. Alright, I'm going to scoot these back. You could pause it where it was at so that you can get the names of these, because these do not come with the names of them. I had to look them up by the item number that they were. Basically, all you have to do is just put on Google what color is, for example, F512, and then it will show up. But you also want to put down that it's a bead, like a seed bead. I think these are Miyuki or Japanese. I can't remember. But these are 11 O's, and I'm working with 11 O opaque black. But, yeah. So there's a little information there for you, for where I got these colors. And they're also luminescent. These are luminescent neon seed beads. I don't remember if I just said that or not. But that means that, let's say you're going to a cool little party with black lights and stuff, these will glow. They glow! It's awesome. But, as you can see, I've already gotten started. I've already mentioned that, yes. But, I really wish I learned how to do this stuff whenever I was a teenager, because, man, I was in my whole little goth stage. I loved it. And I love this. I'm not a rainbow fan, but I like the outcome of this so far. Alright, let's get started. So, you've seen my last video on how we came upon these. It was on a dowel, but I'm using the dowel now for something else. But we're going to call this the base because that's where we start tying them together first, and then we work our way up. I'm going to call these pop outs, and then base, pop out, base, pop out, base. All about that base, no trouble. And forgive me if sometimes my video, like the whole thing comes out of view. Like I said, the string is kind of getting short here, and I hope that I have enough to go to the end, and then I can show you how I do the E6000 on the ends here too. So let's get started. Oh, sorry, I had to put it all down for a second. And also, I do have a video on how I got it started at first with little captions in it too. So I'll go ahead and post that after this in case if you wanted like a little slower demonstration. Now the lighting's not all that great, but you know, it still works. Alright, so we are going to start off with our 3, which is our first. That's what I call it, our first. Alright, so I am on number 4 here. We're going to do 1, 4, 1 base, and 1, 4. And then we're going to go ahead and backtrack from where the string is coming out and go through 2 of the base. Pull, and there we go. Hope you can see that just fine. Alright, now we are going to do 1 base, or I'm sorry, 1 number 4 and 1 base. I found out that your second color or your second bead will be considered your base. I did a little playing around with it last night, and like I said, I will have a video at the end of this showing you the slower process with little captions just in case. Because I know in that video I checked it like 12 times to see if you were actually able to see everything that I was doing. So, if you need to, you can skip on ahead to that area, or you can just watch me do this as I go. Also, occasionally your string will start twisting up a little bit, so I just kind of hold on to the earring, let the string go, kind of pull down on the string, and then get to the needle. By the way, I'm also using invisible thread. That is my go-to whenever I'm doing these earrings or anything that is considering the cross stitch. It is definitely my go-to. The color that I am using is called Smoke, I believe. The string is, anyway. Got the 2, so we just need 1. But I got the string in a 2-pack. It comes with the clear and the smoke color. And I just kind of rotate back and forth on which one I want to use. It doesn't really matter. But I know that the smoke color will come in handy with all this black that's going on. I'm loving how everything's just popping in color. Alright, now I am done with number 4. Now I need number 5. Alright, so I'm going to need 1 number 5, 1 base, and 1 number 5. One number 5, 1 base. And on this earring I do have 6 base beads. So of course that's an even number, but as I've said before, you can do even or odd, like on the base beads, as long as you do your first, your middles, and your end exactly the same. You got nothing to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4. And see, I find it so much easier to count those instead of being like, oh, did I count the wrong one? Or, you know. Alright, here we go. My last set of 2. And I'm going to go through the 2 bays and those. Probably can't see the black because it's on a black earring. Yeah, I would have loved to have these earrings as a kid. I was into black. I mean, I'm still into black, but not as much as I was then. Let's see if I can get through that. Nah, I'm not going to get through it. Alright, here we go. Ah! Got stuck on my nail. Alright, my string is starting to get really low, and I want to use it, but I'm afraid that it's going to keep pulling and I'm going to keep losing it, so we're going to go ahead and tie it off, and I'll show you how to tie it on, or at least how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it a certain better way if you feel. Alright, let's see, and then we're going to, oh wait, yeah, that one's going down, so if we go down and kind of weave on through. Ah! See, this is why I'm changing you. Alright. And this invisible string is really hard to see, especially if you have bad lighting. I mean, right now I've got sunlight, but even still, it's a little hard for me to grasp on where it's at and where it's not. And then I'll show you how I just get it back on. Alright, we're just gonna kind of weave back this way. Alright, I'm gonna call it good. I'm going to set this on my magnet. A magnet is great to have for holding your needles. I've had so many times where I've found them in my laundry, specifically my clothes, 99 times, or 99% of the time. My boyfriend found it in his clothes once. So, I'm doing good if it's only getting in my clothes 99% of the time. But the magnet works pretty good. Alright, let me get that string out real quick. Alright, here's that string that I was telling you about. It's kind of like fishing line, but it's a thread. But it's like fishing line. I don't know, I like it. Now, if you're trying to do flat stitch type things, like let's say a square stitch, then it makes all the beads pop out. It's terrible, and I don't like it. I found that out the hard way. Where did my stop go? Okay. So I did it about an arm's length. Now, if you're doing a smaller earring hoop, let's say it's about that big, you're not going to need that much. Just one arm length, string, and you're good. Now, whenever I say an arm length, I mean like from my left hand to my right hand. That's whenever I mean arm length, not just one arm, I mean both arms. Alright, okay. Set it over here. Alright, and I'm just going to toss that to the side. Now this is how I tie it on. I know it's going to be hard to see, but you'll get where I'm getting at. So I'm going to just go back up where I tied it off at first anyway. Alright. And then I'm going to pull tie it. Even I'm having a hard time seeing this. Okay, here we go. And I don't really want a huge long tail, but with this string I only need one little knot because it all stays in place. Alright, then I'm going to chop that tail about half an inch, or up to half an inch of where it was at. Alright, and I need to stretch it. Just like any of the normal string, try to stretch. Kind of straighten it out a little bit. Alright. Now, where was I at? Let's see, I started off there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I'm done with number 5. Now I need number 6. Okay, and then we're just going to go back to how we were going. Number, base, and number for the very beginning. Let's see, I'm coming out from right around here, so I mean, if you want to thread it through a little bit to feel a little bit more secure about it, then that's fine too. I just don't need to. And I'm also going to try to push that string back. Again, I realize that it's going to be a little harder to see, but I don't like using any white threads whenever I'm doing any of these earrings. Okay, we're gonna poke it through here. There we go. See, it's already starting to kind of get in and hide, or so to speak anyway. I can see it. Okay, here we go. And I'm also probably going to fast forward this as well, so that you can see how I do the ending without taking forever to get to the ending. I finally finished it. Hopefully y'all have finished yours too. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of E6000 on the ends of these. And I'm going to get a toothpick and this and something to lay any excess on. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is, so I don't really want the beads setting up too close to that, to where if it clasps down it'll break the beads. So we're just going to kind of keep it back a little bit. But I'm also going to pull that side back as well, because we're going to add the glue here, and then it'll kind of bunch up but spread at the same time towards the ends. And a little bit goes a long way. So that's why I'm only going to use a toothpick. Might get a little bit more on there. And this will dry fairly quick too. Don't want to goof up too much. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and push that side. You see any of those bubbles? Just try to keep it away from where it's supposed to lift up and down. There's part one. And there we go. Oh, come on. Now, as I said, I don't really want to get too close to that clasp. Getting on myself. Alright, and here we go. And that is my work. My work is done. That should dry out within the next 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and push this one all the way down as much as I can. Pull that one back a little bit. Looks like I got a little bit of excess glue where I didn't want it, and I'm just spreading it around everywhere. It'll be fine. These are for me anyway, so there you have it. Like, share, subscribe on my channel, and I will see y'all at the next time with our spiral effect. See how that goes. See you next time.